Recently, at a rimfire match, I saw something unusual, at least for me, something I had never seen before in my previous 40 years of shooting. I saw the bullet that I just fired in flight just before it hit the target. Not the vapor trail, but the actual bullet. Just for a split second, I swear I could see the bullet. Now this happened a few times during the match, and obviously I was more concerned with competing and completing the match. So after the match was over, I put up a new set of targets and mounted my camera on my scope in hopes of capturing what I was seeing. So here, let me show you what I was seeing through the scope. I put up a fresh target downrange at 100 yards. Now, it had been raining the night before, so you may see some water dripping in the footage, but that's just to the left of the target frame, and I could tell the difference. What I was seeing wasn't water drops. And just then, I don't know if you saw it, for a split second, I saw a bright white dot near the center bullseye. You can even hear me remark about it on the footage.
Yeah, did you see that? I could see a little white dot. That's so wild.
So I proceeded to fire a few more rounds, just hoping I could capture this on video.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Sometimes I didn't quite see the dot after I fired, but other times I could, just for a split second. In case you're wondering if this is some weird subsonic ammo, no, it isn't. It's just regular Federal Champion blue box. 40 grain lead round nose. The box says it has a velocity of 1,200 feet per second, and I'm shooting it out of a CZ457 with a 16.5 inch barrel. Can't get more typical than that. Now, if you missed it, if you didn't see what I was saying here, I will zoom in on that footage 200%, and I think you'll be able to see it much more clearly. Pay attention to the top left quadrant of the center bullseye. That was the bullet putting a hole on the black center bullseye, but on the paper part, not on the shoot and see paste up.
Yeah, did you see that? I could see a little white dot.
There we see the bullet actually land on the center X in the shoot and see paste up, so we can see a bright yellow hole.
Okay, I didn't see it.
That time I didn't notice it when I was actually firing the rifle, but looking at this footage now, blown up, I could see that bullet just landing to the left. And there again, the bullet flying just before it hit the shoot and see. Alright, I'm going to slow it down and put in slow-mo for those of you who still didn't think you actually saw the bullet in flight. We're going to look at the first shot that put a hole in the center shoot and see target. There you go. There it was. Here, let's see it again in instant replay. The recoil moved my scope reticle to the left, but you can see the bullet go straight to the center X. Let's see that again. I bring the reticle to the center of the bullseye, and when I fire, the recoil moves it to the left, but you'll see the bullet, just for a split second, dropping right into the center X. Now, unfortunately, what I should have done is I should have filmed this at high speed slow motion at the time, but you know, hindsight is 20/20. But what we can do, even though I was shooting this at 30 frames a second, let's take a look at it frame by frame. Let's see that again. I slowly bring the reticle to the center bullseye. In the next frame, the movement of the rifle has settled down a bit. The target is less blurry, it's more sharp, but we can see a blurry area above the target, and that is the distortion of the air as the bullet is flying through the air. That's what you'd often see in footage of long-range, larger caliber bullets flying through the air, distorting and creating a mirage from the bullet trace. Interestingly, in frame number 4, we see almost no mirage, nor do we see a bullet. But here on frame 5, next to the 4 MOA hash mark above the center crosshairs, we see a little white dot. And here in frame 6 and 7 is the money shot. This is what I noticed when I was looking through my scope. I could see this bright little white dot appearing within the black of the bullseye and then landing smack in the middle of the shoot and see, and leaving a hole. That's what I saw. Let's see that sequence again, but in real time, and now you know what you're looking for. I think you'll see it quite clearly.
Yeah, did you see that? I could see a little white dot. That's so wild. Okay, I didn't see it. Did you see that with a little flash for a second?
Now that I know that I haven't been seeing things and I was actually seeing what I was seeing, it leads me to this other question. Why is it that I'm only noticing this now? Now, that could be due to a lack of experience. And, 40 years is not a little bit of experience, but most of those 40 years of shooting have been with handguns at an indoor range. So I've only recently been shooting 22 rimfire rifles at 100 yards. So perhaps for those of you who shot a lot of rimfire, this is something that you've noticed years ago. If it has, please leave me a comment. Let me know that, or maybe it's because all that time I've been shooting at 22, it's been with open sights, and this is the first time I've put on a high quality, high power scope on a 22. In this case, an Athlon Argos, which is a 24 power scope, or my Vortex Diamondback, which is also a 24 power HD scope. Perhaps it's that and the fact that the sun was very low. It's very late fall when I took this footage. The sun is almost directly at my back in the morning, and perhaps it's a combination of all those things. If this is something that's normal for you to see bullets in flight, please leave me a comment. I'd love to know. And if this was as surprising to you as it was to me, I'd also leave me a comment. I'd like to know. In either case, if you enjoyed watching this video, please hit that like button. Take a moment and press that like button, and press the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. It helps both you and me, it helps this channel grow, and it helps you by letting the algorithm know what kind of things you like to watch, so it suggests more content like this as opposed to, say, I don't know, cat videos, unless that's your thing. But hey, I'm not judging. In fact, if you want to watch non-pew-pew content, I got you covered there too. Check out my gadget and gear review channel, Moondog R&D. A channel focused on gadget reviews, photo and video gear, geeky stuff. Well, I hope you check out and subscribe to Moondog R&D as well as this channel, Moondog Industries. And if you'd like to find out more information about the gear that I'm using, the ammo that I'm shooting, or anything else, you could always find out more at my blog, moondogindustries.com. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Be safe out there. Moondog, out. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please share it on forums, Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, MeWe, whatever social media you're on. And if you want to see all of my videos, check out moondogindustries.com.